Thank you everyone for coming. You just have to go for a quick float in any direction to find fish farms that you don't want to see there, dumping blooms and creating algae blooms that you don't want to have in your sound.
Heshquiat, och ish ayuquat, och ish ufluisat, och ish ahoset, och ish moachet, och ish guasilanaquita. My name is Motmuch, or Valine Jules. I have roots in many communities across the island, mostly from Nuu-chah-nulth Nation, but also Clayoquot on my mom's side. I am a displaced islander. I live in the big city with my family, and at home we have 3 young babies, all under the age of 2, that my sisters gave birth to, and we all delivered at home. One thing I know that each of them go crazy about early on in their life is wild salmon, and I'm so grateful to be able to bring home some salmon over this past summer to them, because there's nothing like the happiness in their eyes when they see that Auntie has salmon. My dream is to be able to move to Heshquiat in a couple years and to move my family back home, and live off the land, and hopefully eventually open a birth center as well. There's this kind of lullaby poem that I sing only to the babies, especially when I'm away, and Timka actually helps translate this poem along with Levi Martin, and I'll share it with you all. We kitsa ish chachum haimes una sa ish akuya akmes una it teach me kup kwayap aklish it mis hom shit maḷasuwił in una ya akmes una it teach me. I sing that poem to my babies when I'm away, and the original poem went like this: there is no justice, but this love is forever. We will fuck shit up to show you that this love is forever.
Woo!
I'm honestly really happy to see you all standing with us, paddling with us today. This is incredibly important, and I think it's also important that we show solidarity with our East Coast Mi'kmaq relatives who are facing a lot of violent settler colonialism over there right now. And I hope that we can continue this fight and stay on the good path.
Get out and vote when we have the opportunity to. We've got an election coming up. It's very important that this message gets out at every opportunity, that the salmon, the wild salmon, need our help.
Thanks for coming out for wild salmon today. It's a pleasure to see so many people out here with some love in their hearts and taking their time out of their day to come do this. We stand here in solidarity with the Nuu-chah-nulth Salmon Alliance, putting pressure on the BC government, Fisheries Minister Bernadette Jordan, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, asking them to live up to the recommendations of the Cohen Commission. In 4 days' time, recommendation 19 comes due, and that asks that if they can't prove that there is no more than minimal risk from farms, that they make a transition plan to be out of the water in the Discovery Island archipelago by Wednesday. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. And we're seeing what are predicted to be the lowest measure since 1893 this year. When Trudeau was campaigning this last year, he made a promise to be out of the water and make a transition plan by 2025. That also doesn't look like it's going to happen. And so we stand in solidarity with the 101 BC First Nations, all asking for fish farms to be out of the water. And it's wonderful to see so many settlers out here standing in solidarity as well. And we send this message not just to the Discovery Islands archipelago, but to Creative and to Cermak operating in unceded Clayoquot and Ahousaht territories as well. Your time has come. It's time to find a new way forward because it's not open pen farms in the water anymore.
So ever since these farms have been here, the stocks have not increased, they have been declining. And one of the biggest reasons is because of the sea lice infestations and of course the virus.
Deadline coming on September the 30th. The fish farms near Quadra Island are meant to come out of the water. We have to keep pushing the federal government to make sure that happens.
Let's do this. Let's get all these farms out of our territory.
So we're all here together, united, to stand for the backbone of these ecosystems. We will not allow industry, and especially any extractivist industry, to dictate how things go on from here on out. Woo! Fish farms out! 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 Fish farms out!